Bitcoin peer-to-peer network created a breakthrough in the technology space. Today, I'm joined by the head of global support at bitcoin.com. Meet Farhan. Farhan, it's good to have you here with us, and we are meeting in Ethereum Dublin conference. And we would like to know about your day-to-day in bitcoin.com as a head of global support. Here we go.
Hey, Cheryl. First of all, thank you for giving me an opportunity to be in your podcast. I'm really excited to be here. And it was a great day at Ethereum Dublin conference where I met a lot of wonderful people, talented individuals, and got to network with a lot of people. So, to answer your question, how does the day to day look like at Bitcoin.com, being a head of global support? I would say it is challenging because you manage a team of many individuals. You collaborate with different departments like product, marketing, engineering, media, business development. So I get to witness all the wonderful things. Now, the day to day activities, so we have users, they contact us if they have any kind of digital wallet issues. Let's say if they're unable to send out BTC, let's suppose due to Bitcoin network congestion. So what we do, we try to resolve those kind of issues. So on the other hand, we have type of users who are wanting to purchase Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum or different cryptocurrency using the Bitcoin.com wallet. And for some reason, if they go through any kind of verification process issue, that's where we come in. We try to resolve those issues. We take it from the beginning, from the time customer contact the support team, and we try to quickly resolve their issue. So most of the time, it's first call resolution with our customers. That's why we have one of the best customer support team at Bitcoin.com. And our first initial response time is under 2 minutes. That is good. Yes.
Fantastic. So I have a question for you. So you're looking after a global team. So where is your team based? I'm sure it must be a very diverse team of people that you are working with. Also, when it comes to being a head of global support, it's a very big responsibility. So how do you make sure that the team is meeting the 2 minutes response expectations, and how are you making sure that you're constantly evolving your process? Would you like to? I think I asked you a lot of questions. Okay, let's focus on the team first. Where is your team based and who are these individuals?
Sure, I would be happy to answer those questions one by one. Hopefully, I can remember them all. So, our team is diversified. They're based in different countries. We have in Poland, Russia, Ukraine, Philippines, Thailand, here in Ireland. So I am based in Dublin. I work remotely. We have our head office based in Tokyo, Japan. To answer your question, how we manage such a awesome response or first initial response time is we have a support team. They're based in different countries, and we work around with customers. We manage basically use SLA agreements. We kind of monitor using data analytic tools where there is a busy timing. So what we do, we work around with schedules for the CS agents to make sure we have enough agents when the time is busy or when most customers are reaching out to us, when they have any type of wallet issues or anything related to KYC, even if it's related to they're unable to send out the crypto for whatever reason. So yeah.
Customers are constantly reaching out to yourself, so there are concerns related to KYC. And the second one you've mentioned was they reach out to you maybe because they are trying to transfer some Bitcoin or are buying it, and they might have issues with that. So what other scenarios that you see are happening at the moment? Are there scams? Because since the beginning of me being in crypto space, I've been seeing a lot of scams. Are you seeing a lot of scams happening, or there are certain themes to these scams? Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the way I can answer that question, before I even joined Bitcoin.com, unfortunately, I was one of the victim of scams. I lost a lot of money, and being in this industry helps me a lot to learn and evolve and educate customers so we can prevent these things from happening. So there are a lot of these kind of scams that we get when customers basically, let's suppose they receive an email from, let's say, some company, and that company's individual, they're reaching out to the customers saying, okay, you won this kind of Bitcoin, or like there is this reward for you. If you send us the fees, like let's say $60 or $100, we will receive 2 Bitcoin or 3 Bitcoin because you won it. These scammers make it look so legit that sometimes it's even hard to tell. And that is where we come in at Bitcoin.com support team. What we tell users if they receive any kind of these emails to never respond to them, never download any contents, any attachment, reach out to us. So the easiest way they can do it is when they download the Bitcoin.com wallet app, they go to settings tab, and there they can click on speak with live agent, and then they can just send us a message, and they can send us a screenshot of that email, and then they can verify it. Most of the time when customers, they reach out to our support teams, because we have such a great initial response time. So when they reach out to our support team, obviously we have these trained CST members. They will let them know that these are scams that you should be avoiding. Do not even reply to them. And if they have any other questions, and sometimes they cannot reach out to us from the digital wallet app, so we provide them with our official support at bitcoin.com email. And again, the initial response time comes in handy here as well, because the earlier you respond to these kind of queries, the better chances are that you will prevent this from happening. So yeah, there are different type of scams are happening. These scammers are using Discord, Telegram, even LinkedIn. I was reached out at LinkedIn, and since I've been in this industry for long enough to identify and see that it is a scam. So we get all kind of sort of different scams. You just have to be in the industry, and why not, if when you're working for bitcoin.com, you've been here long enough and you get to interact with a lot of wonderful people, a lot of wonderful users, and you get to help them in the long run. So yeah, I hope I answer your question.
And talking about the scams, so would you also have advice for the people who are listening to us on how to identify these scams?
Yeah, one way of identifying these scams. So let's suppose if someone is contacting you by Telegram, Discord, WhatsApp, Viber, or Instagram, or even via email, and if they talk about any kind of profit taking, so these are kind of like red alert words. If they say, okay, we are offering $5,000 if you deposit $1,000 worth of it, Bitcoin, into this platform, you should do due diligence, do your homework, and make sure, if before you're even investing, reaching out to if you have a bitcoin.com wallet downloaded, you should immediately reach out to our support team. That way we can guide you accordingly, so you can we can prevent it from you being a scam victim, because we all know it with cryptocurrency, all transactions are non-refundable. So once one customer send out the funds, they're gone forever. Yep.
And now I have one of the very challenging question for you, I guess. So was there a time when the team failed? Sure.
Yes, it does happen. Like, look, there will be these kind of challenges, so you can minimize them, but they will always exist in this industry, right? It's a $1 billion scam industry. So yes, when, let's suppose if customers, they send out a fund, $50, $100, $1,000, those transactions, or those funds are gone forever. But what these scammers do, they use these kind of tricks. Please deposit additional $100 and we will release the crypto ASAP, or as soon as possible. So when these customers reach out to us, because they're using their emotions, right? These scammers are playing with their emotions. That's where we are so good at it, and we let them know, like, if you send out more funds, they're gone forever. You will not get them back. So yeah, we failed it at times, but um, it makes customer think that, okay, these guys make sense, we should not be sending out any funds. And we tell them, like, you can keep sending these requests to the scam platform, but they will find a way to get you. So the best thing is, in this case, avoid contacting them. And if you receive any kind of email, just immediately report it, delete it. You don't need to proceed any further.
And tell us about the new services or the innovation that's happening at Bitcoin.com at the moment. Where is the company going with the vision and the goal?
So we have a long-term vision to freedom, and yes, freedom. So basically, as we have a non-custodial wallet where you control your own funds. No centralized exchange can access it. That is the benefit of having non-custodial wallet. You have 12-word recovery to your own wallet, right? Now, the what we are coming up with, Bitcoin.com debit card. Basically, we get a lot of users. They're based in different part of the world where they cannot receive funds directly into their bank account, and that's where this debit card come in handy. We are working with very talented individuals, and we are also done with the process, so uh, it will be released soon. Yeah, so, and then we have our reverse utility token, which is also offer staking program for our users. So if they have cryptocurrency in their wallet, they can receive it. Even if they don't purchase it using the Bitcoin.com wallet, the awesome thing is they can still receive the cryptocurrency, like, let's say, Ethereum or any ERC20 network token or any other token, and then they can go to our wallet app. We have very talented and trained CS team, and they can guide these users about the staking program. Who wouldn't want a passive income, or who wouldn't want to earn passive income? So yeah, these are all the things are happening at Bitcoin.com, and we look forward exploring more opportunities.
Farhan, I would like to talk to you about your journey of life. So, tell us about where you did your education, where were you born? Last time when we spoke in Bitcoin marketing team event, I got to know about you lived in Ukraine and you were there during the war time. So, can you please share that all journey from Ukraine and the time there near around the war, and then coming to Dublin? I know it was very difficult time. It wasn't easy, but all the lessons that you learned going through that phase, it will be very valuable for the audience to hear your story. Yeah.
Cheryl, that is a very personal question you asked me, very deep and very personal. Um, I'll try to answer in best way possible. I was born in Pakistan. I was very young, 13, when I migrated to States. That's where I did my high school education. I moved back to Pakistan, did my bachelor's, and then I traveled around the world. I lived in Sydney, New South Wales, in Australia for almost 3 years. That was pretty good. Then back and forth, and I ended up eventually in Ukraine. Now I spent almost close to 5 years in Ukraine, and that was wonderful experience. It's a beautiful country with beautiful people. And unfortunately, due to this, the war, I had to leave. I was in bunker for 7 days there before I fled the war. So I can only say, like, it's no one should go through that. It's a very painful thing.
Last time when we first talked about your, you that you were there in the war, and I was very keen to hear how it is because I always had a very smooth life. I have never gone through any such situation in my life which I would find it difficult to survive. So I was very curious to know what it's like to be in a war. And I remember your words, the same words that you have just mentioned, that this is something that nobody should ever go through. So yes, let's get more deeper into that. 7 days in the bunker. What were the emotions? What realizations of life came in in that moment? Yeah.
So I would like to say that I'm sorry I forgot to answer your previous question. I did my master's in Ukraine, project management. Now, the 7 days they were very tough because you're back and forth in the bunker, and it's like you don't know if you're going to survive. It is tough. It is challenging. It is hard to explain. It's something I wouldn't want anyone to witness. But uh, like I'm really thankful and blessed that I'm sitting here, that I'm doing this podcast with you. And I've been fortunate enough because Bitcoin.com, they have always been very helpful. They supported me in any way they could. And yeah, this journey has been full of experiences. I got to meet a lot of wonderful people. So yeah, I when I was there 7 days in bunker, you have that thought that you don't know if you're going to survive, right? So that always stays with you. But I was fortunate enough to leave with the Ukrainian family. We went to Poland. I lived with a Polish family for a month before I moved on, and they have been become my friends ever since. I'm in touch with them. I spent 1 year in Poland, and then I wanted to migrate to Ireland because, again, the language barrier issues is something that creates challenges. And Ireland, being one of the friendliest countries with a lot of wonderful people, I found it. I think made the best decision of my life, and here I am today.
So when somebody goes through a warlike situation, changes a person in a way. It just shifts the reality completely and the way you see the world, the way you see life. So, how did it change you? Did it change the perspective towards how you live your life now? Then, yeah, tell us about it.
So I never give my opinions. I can only share my experience. And from my perspective, one way of looking at it, I'm much more calmer now. I have a lot more patience because, again, like you go through so many experiences and you have seen a lot of unfortunate people, and you're fortunate enough to live. Um, yeah, so and you're healthy. So that is like the biggest blessings you should cherish.
Beautiful, Farhan. Thank you. Thank you. We wish you all the best. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be sitting with you here today.